Hare Krishna. We welcome all the devotees for today's Sunday morning class. So this morning we'll discuss from the section of Bhishma Pitamaha and some important verse of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, text 6 and 7. So please repeat. जेतु सर्वाणि कर्माणि जेतु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि संन्यस्तमत्परा अनन्यनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्तु उपासते तेषाम् अहं समोद्धर्ता मृत्यु संसारसागरात् भवामि नाचिरात् पार्थ मज्जावेशितचेतसाम्। ये प्रभुपाद का बुक्स है? कहाँ से? प्रभुपाद बुक्स और प्रभुपाद बुक्स कहाँ अलग अलग होगा उनका? 12.6 and 7. Okay, read in English. Thank you. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Big purport. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service and always meditate upon me, fixing their mind upon me. O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Purport. It is explicitly stated here that the devotees are very fortunate to be delivered very soon from the material existence by the Lord. In pure devotional service, one comes to the realization that God is great and that the individual soul is subordinate to Him. His duty is to render service to the Lord, and if he does not, then he will render service to Maya. As stated before, the Supreme Lord can be appreciated only by devotional service. Therefore, one should be fully devoted. One should fix his mind fully on Krishna in order to achieve Him. One should work only for Krishna. It does not matter in what kind of work one engages, but that work should be done only for Krishna. That is the standard of devotional service. The devotee does not desire any achievement other than pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His life's mission is to please Krishna, and he can sacrifice everything for Krishna's satisfaction, just as Arjuna did in the battle of Kurukshetra. The process is very simple. One can devote himself in his occupation and engage at the same time in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Such transcendental chanting attracts the devotee to the personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord herein promises that without delay He will deliver a pure devotee, thus engaged from the ocean of the material existence. Those who are advanced in yoga practice can willfully transfer the soul to the whatever planet they like by the yoga process, and others take the opportunity in various way. But as far as devotee is concerned, it is clearly stated here that the Lord Himself take him. The devotee does not need to wait to become very experienced in order to transfer himself to the spiritual sky. The devotee does not need to wait to be very experienced in order to transfer himself to the spiritual sky. The Baraha Puran, this verse appears, Nayami paramam sthanam achira adi gatim bina gorura skandham aropya sthanecham yathacham anivartitaha. The purport of this verse is that the devotee does not need to practice Ashtanga Yoga in order to transfer his soul to the spiritual planet. The responsibility is taken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He clearly stated here that He Himself becomes the deliverer. A child is completely cared by by his parents, and thus his position is secure. Similarly, a devotee does not need to endeavor to transfer himself by the yoga practice to other planet. Rather, the Supreme Lord, by His great mercy, comes at once, riding on His bird carrier Garuda, and at once deliver the devotee from the material existence. Although a man who has fallen in the ocean may struggle very hard and may be very expert in swimming, he cannot save himself. But if someone comes and pick him up from the water, then he is easily rescued. Similarly, the Lord picks up the devotee from the material existence. One simply has to practice the easy process of Krishna consciousness and thus fully engage himself in devotional service. Very clear. Any intelligent man should always prefer to process of devotional service in all other path. In the Narayaniya, this is confirmed as follows. Savai sadhana sampatti purushartha chatustaya taya vina tad apnoti naro narayana shrayaha. The purport of this verse is that one should not engage in different process of fruitive activities or cultivating knowledge by the mental speculative process. One who is devoted to the Supreme Personality can attain all the benefit delivered from other yogic processes, speculation, rituals, sacrifice, charity, etc. This is the specific benediction of devotional service. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. A devotee of the Lord can approach the supreme destination easily and happily. But the destination cannot be approached by any other process of religion. The conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is stated in the 18th chapter Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja ham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma sucha. One should give up all other processes of self-realization and simply execute devotional service in Krishna consciousness. That will enable one to reach the highest perfection of life. There is no need for one to consider the sinful action of his past life, because the Supreme Lord fully takes charge of him. Therefore, one should not futilely try to deliver himself in spiritual realization. Let everyone take shelter of the supreme omnipotent Godhead Krishna. That is the highest perfection of life. Mukam karati vachalam pangum lam ghayate girim yat kripa tamahang bande Shri Gurung Dinotarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So in this verse, this verse is very, very inspiring and faith-giving. Like some days back we are hearing from His Holiness Bhaktidir Damodar Swami Maharaj, and he was telling that how one should be purpose-driven devotee. So here is a Supreme Lord who is promising, who is giving assurance that if you fix your mind and intelligence upon me, and if you offer your all karma, all duties to me, then Tesham aham samurdhatya mrityu samsara sagarat. So, I will deliver you. I will deliver you from the ocean of birth and death. So, for them, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So Lord declares that I will deliver you from the ocean of birth and death. And Baraha Puran, you are hearing Rishi Prabhu? Sunte raho. So Baraha Puran also says, Garura Skandha Aropyam Jathecham Anivartita. So I will come sitting on the back of Garuda and deliver you from the ocean of birth and death. You have seen a photo of Lord is in our temple also there. Lord sitting on the back of Garuda and stretching his hand to pick the soul, the living entity suffering in this ocean of birth and death. So there is many verses in Bhagavad Gita. Lord promises that you will come back to me. So if you practice devotional service, you will come back to me, or I will deliver you. There is no doubt. So therefore, it is very important that we fix our mind and intelligence unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We fix our mind and intelligence unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Jetu karmani sarvani moi samnasya matpara ananna naiva jogeno mam dhayantu pasate tesham aham samurdhatta mrityu samsara sagarat. So it is very important that we offer our all result. We offer the result of all our karma to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we fix our mind and consciousness, our intelligence to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme truth. Supreme Personality of Godhead is the original source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavam artha sarvam pravartate iti matya bhajante mam buddha bhava samannita. Buddha means intelligent person. Intelligent person understanding the truth that I am the source of everything. And everything comes from me. Aham sarvasya prabhava is the final point. Ultimate truth. He is the root of everything. So, if somebody is disconnected from the root, like if the tree is disconnected from the root, if somebody cut down the root of the tree and keep watering on the tree, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Similarly, if we remain disconnected from the Supreme Lord, who is the root of everything, Jatha taror molo nishechanena tripanti taskanda bhujopasakha. जथा तरोर मूल निषेचने न, जिस प्रकार एक पेड़ के जड़ में पानी देने से क्या होता है, शाखा प्रशाखा सब कुछ क्या होता है, त्रिपंती, तृप्त हो जाता है, संतुष्ट हो जाता है, परिपुष्ट हो जाता है. जिस प्रकार मुंह में भोजन देने से क्या होता है, सभी शरीर के अंग प्रत्यंग क्या होता है, परिपुष्ट हो जाता है. उसी प्रकार अच्युत भगवान श्री कृष्ण की सेवा करने से सब कोई संतुष्ट हो जाते हैं. देवी देवता, मनुष्य, ऋषि मुनि, पशु पक्षी, असुर, सब लोग. तो so therefore one has to be very intelligent and determined to fix his mind unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Fix his intelligence unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus offer his everything. Offer his material duty and spiritual duty to the Supreme Lord. So, many times we are practicing spiritual life, but our mind and intelligence is not fixed. We become carried away by our anarthas, or we become bewildered by the external energy of Maya. So thus a devotee or a practicing devotee not fix in his spiritual practice, because his intelligence is not completely fixed, is not fully convinced that Krishna is the ultimate goal of our life. So, so till the time final goal is not fixed, till the time final goal is not fixed or unknown, mind will never become fixed. Till the time the final goal is not known, till the time final goal is not क्या कहते हैं, decided, how the mind will be fixed. To fix the mind, final goal is required. Understand? So therefore, the person who have not understood that the Supreme Lord is the supreme goal, Supreme Lord, He is the highest truth. His mind will be uh, will be deviated, mind will be disturbed, or mind will uh, take him from one object to another object, another object to another object, or higher object to higher object, and higher object to higher object. Correct? So, sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking about mind and intelligence. So, what? क्या है 6.34 में? The purpose of the practice eightfold yoga is to control the mind in order to make it friend in discharge of human mission. Unless the mind is controlled, the practice of yoga is simply a waste of time. One who cannot control his mind lives always with the greatest enemy, and thus his life and his mission is spoiled. The constitutional position of the living entity is to carry out the order of the superior. As long as the mind remains in unconquered enemy, he has to serve the dictation of lust, anger, avarice, illusion, etc. But when the mind is conquered, once voluntarily agreed to abide by the direction of the dictation of the Supreme Person of Godhead, we situated within the heart of everyone's as Paramatma. Real yoga practice entails meeting with the Paramatma within the heart, and then following his dictation. For one who takes Krishna consciousness directly, practice perfect surrender to the dictation of the Lord follow automatically. और एक वर्ष था. So thus we can see that how without fixing our mind and intelligence, it is not possible to achieve the Supreme Lord. And to fix our mind unto the Supreme Lord, one has to understand that how Supreme Lord is the supreme goal of our life. Supreme Lord Supreme Lord is the source of everything. And we are subordinate. We are subordinate to the Supreme Lord. Everything is subordinate to the Supreme Lord. So, and by serving the Supreme Lord, by practicing devotional service to the Supreme Person of Godhead, everything is achieved. Everything is achieved. So, in order to fix our mind, we have to fix our intelligence. In order to fix our mind, we have to fix our intelligence. So, मयैव मनो अध्यात्म मयि बुद्धि निवेशयेत् मयि बुद्धि निवेशयो निवसिष्यसि मयि एव एतु उदारम न संशय. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Person of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus, you will live in me always without doubt. One who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service lived in direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. So, there is no doubt that his position is transcendental from very beginning. A devotee does not live on the material plane. He lives in Krishna. The holy name of the Lord and Lord are non-different. Therefore, when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. When you offer Krishna food, Krishna directly accepts this eatable, and the devotee becomes Krishnaized by eating the remnants. One who does not engage in such service cannot understand how it is so, although this is the process recommended in Bhagavad Gita in Vedic literature. So, thus, we can understand that if we fix our mind and intelligence to Krishna, then we will live with Krishna. We are with Krishna, because Krishna's name, Krishna's prasad, Krishna's deities, Krishna's devotees, Krishna's books, Bhagavad Gita, are all non-different from Krishna. So, thus, by engaging in Krishna's service or devotional service, the different process of devotional service, we can remain fixed unto Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, thus, person who is always engaged in devotional service, offered his mind and intelligence to the Supreme Lord. So, for such devotee, the Lord will come. For such devotee, Lord will personally come and take him back to Godhead. So, in the case of Bhishma Pitamaha, we see that Lord personally come. Though Bhishma Dev was fighting in the opposition party, but he was great devotee of the Lord. And he have done everything for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the previous class, we are discussing there is two type of happiness. Ananta Sukh and Anavadha Sukh. So, Ananta Sukh means which will never end, and Anavadha Sukh means Anavadha Sukh means the happiness which is not mixed with any misery. Yes. So pure happiness, khati sukh, shuddha sukh. So, so we are looking such, every soul is looking this type of happiness. But the happiness of this material world, neither pure nor not goes for eternity. So therefore, Bhishma Pitama suggested as a Mahajan, he suggested to to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because Supreme Lord is Anandamaya, he is reservoir of all pleasure. Supreme Lord is the Supreme Truth, Supreme Controller. So, so therefore, whoever surrender to the Supreme Lord, whoever serve the Supreme Lord, chant His holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you experience same happiness. So thus Bhishma Pitamaha wanted to say that one should not run after the false happiness. Rather, one should devote himself in the devotional service of the Lord. Then he is saying, text number 32. Itirmati anukalpater vitrishna bhagavati satvata pungaver vidhumni sa sukham upagate kechit bihartum prakitim upayushi jad bhava prabhavaha. Bhishmadev said, let me now invest my thinking, feeling and willing, which were so long engaged in different subject and occupational duties in the all-powerful Lord. He is always satisfied, self-satisfied, but sometimes being the leader of the devotee, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending on the material world, although from him only the material world is created. So now giving the instruction to Pandavas, and many sages came on that occasion of the departure of Bhishma Pitamaha, giving different types of lesson or dharma, and explaining that the happiness which we are looking in this material world is not there in the material world. The real happiness or ananta sukh or anavadha sukh only we can achieve by devotional service, by serving the Supreme Lord, because He is Ananta, He is the absolute, He is absolute truth. So, and He is the reservoir of all pleasure. So therefore, one should fix his mind unto that Supreme Personality of Godhead, mind and intelligence unto that Supreme Personality of Godhead. So thus Bhishma Dev, after giving instruction to the assembled sages and Pandavas, he fixed his mind to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Iti mati rupa kalpita vritrishna. So he fixed his thinking, his feeling, his intelligence unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and then Bhishmadev, Bhishmadev is glorifying the form of the Supreme Lord. Next verse. Tamalavarnam Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamalavarnam Rabi Karo Gauravara Ambaradadhane. So, Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resemble the bluish color of tamal tree. His body attracts everyone. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with the paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruitive result. And then the further verses, Bhishmadev explained the pastime of Kurukshetra, how Lord Krishna protected the Pandavas. Then he explained the pastime of Vrindavan, explained the pastime of Lord Incarnation as Ramachandra, and Lord's merciful nature towards his devotee, especially Arjuna. So, thus Bhishmadev was remembering Krishna's beautiful pastime. So even on the bed of arrows, when he was feeling, must be feeling great pain, he was able to fix his mind and intelligence unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that was the greatness of Bhishmadev. So when we have some physical problem, a material problem, family problem, health issue, we get disturbed. Even अगर प्रसाद में एक गुलाब जामुन नहीं मिला, बस तो आज गया, स्वीट ऑफ कर दिया. So that much is the level of our bhakti. समझ में आ रहा है? घर में कुछ हो गया, कॉलेज वाले ने एक असाइनमेंट दे दिया, ठीक है, तो अगले दिन तो गया मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम हम लोग का. तो इस प्रकार हमारा मन और बुद्धि कितना कृष्ण में स्थिर है वो हम लोग देख सकते हैं. तो इसलिए कृष्ण भावनामृत जो है ये केवल परिस्थिति के ऊपर प्रैक्टिस किया नहीं जा सकता कि आपकी परिस्थिति अच्छा है आप प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, और परिस्थिति खराब है तो प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेगा. कृष्ण भावनामृत जो है ये बाह्यिक स्थिति के ऊपर निर्भर नहीं करता है कि कोई का स्थिति अच्छा है तो भक्त बन गया. अगर वो कृष्ण भावना का विज्ञान को नहीं समझा, अगर वो कृष्ण हमारा परम आश्रय है और मैं कृष्ण के नित्य दास हूं, ये अगर ये सत्य को नहीं समझा तो हर स्थिति में कृष्ण में अपना बुद्धि, कृष्ण का आश्रय, कृष्ण का भक्ति नहीं कर पाएगा. So till the time we are in the material world, there will be different ups and downs. There will be changes because time changes everything. Material world, everything is keep changing. Season is changing now. Then our age is changing, growing, body is changing, mind is changing, the market is changing, business policy is changing, technology is changing. What is not changing? Our relationship with Krishna. That is eternal. And till the time you are not fixed in this material, in that relationship, will be keep flowing with the changes of time. So in the form of time controls everything. We try to control our success or our beauty, our money, our followers. We try to control. We try to keep everything as we want. But the time changes, like the powerful wind make the cloud hither and thither. It's scattered everywhere. Similar, time changes everything. So big, powerful king, they are no more. So, but the Krishna conscious devotee who have understood the supreme position of the Supreme Lord and our eternal position as a servant of the Supreme Lord, so they remain fixed, though there can be changes in the external point of view for a devotee. But in the spiritual position they are fixed. And thus, even in great calamities, they are not disturbed. Even in the great calamity, they remain peaceful. Like Vishmadev, like Pandavas, like Prahlad. So either in great gain, in happiness, or in distress, in both the situation, they are peaceful. They are equipoised, समभाव, because वो लोग कृष्ण में स्थिर रहते हैं. तो so therefore it's very important that we fix our mind and intelligence. We practice to fix our mind and intelligence unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So to fix our mind unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we have to understand that Krishna is the final goal. When Krishna is the goal of your life, when Krishna is the goal of your life, no matter whatever duty or ashram you might have, somebody may be grihastha, somebody may be brahmachari, somebody may be rich, somebody may be poor, somebody may be Indian, somebody may be American, somebody is male, somebody may be female, somebody may be engineer, somebody may be doctor. The material platform can be different because everyone is an individual soul. So every individual soul is different. So whatever position he may be, material position he may be, spiritually everyone is a servant of the Supreme Lord. And Supreme Lord is the supreme absolute truth. And he is the supreme enjoyer. थोड़ा जागो, उसको निकालो। भोक्ताराम योग्य तपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम सूरिदाम सर्वभूतानाम ज्ञात्यमाम शांति मृच्छति। Person who understand this truth that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. He is the supreme enjoyer of all karma. भोक्ताराम योग्य तपसाम, सभी कर्मों की भोक्ता है। Why? Because the highest authority. He is the source of everyone and everything. सर्वलोक महेश्वरम, सर्वलोक महेश्वरम, पूरे सृष्टि के ईश्वर है। And he is not envious to anyone. He is well-wisher, Suridam, Sarvabhutanam. Gyatamam Shantim Richati. That person will be always happy and peaceful. So thus, till the time our intelligence is not fixed, till the time intelligent have no final goal, बुद्धि को परम लक्ष्य अगर नहीं प्राप्त होता है तो बुद्धि क्या सर्च कर रहेगा और मन उस दिशा में भागता रहेगा। तो इसलिए मन और बुद्धि तब तक स्थिर नहीं होगा जब तक उनको परम लक्ष्य, फाइनल जो शेल्टर, उसको नहीं प्राप्त होता है। तो इसलिए एक भक्तों को समझना जरूरी है किस प्रकार कृष्ण परम सत्य है। सभी शास्त्र, सभी आचार्यगण, सभी देवी देवता कृष्ण को परम सत्य के रूप में, परम ब्रह्म के रूप में स्वीकार किए हैं। ईश्वरः परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिर आदि सर्व कारण कारणम। So this verse very clearly explain, सर्व कारण कारणम, सभी कारण के कुछ किसी चीज का एक इमीडिएट कॉज होता है, एक है अल्टीमेट कॉज होता है। जैसे किसी को मलेरिया हुआ है, इमीडिएट कॉज क्या है? मच्छर काटा, ठीक है। इमीडिएट कॉज मच्छर ने काटा, मॉस्किटो नेट नहीं दिया प्रभु जी, ये सब एक्सटर्नल कॉज है ना। अल्टीमेट कॉज क्या है? अल्टीमेट कॉज क्या है? उनका पास्ट लाइफ कर्मा हुआ। यस, बिकॉज इस कर्मा है, कर्मा के कारण भौतिक जगत में आया, और भौतिक जगत में आएंगे तो तीर्थाप क्लेश। समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ। और ये सभी कारणों का अल्टीमेट कॉज क्या है? कृष्ण। हाँ, कृष्ण सुप्रीम कंट्रोलर। समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ। तो उसी प्रकार बहुत बार हम लोग इस भौतिक जगत में इतने डूबे हुए रहते हैं, भौतिक चेतना में इतना डूबे हुए रहते हैं, भौतिक जगत में भोग करने की इच्छा से इतने इसमें आसक्त रहते हैं कि हम लोग कृष्ण को देख नहीं पाते हैं। जब आप समझ जाएंगे कृष्ण सब कुछ के परम कारण है, कृष्ण सब कुछ के भोक्ता हैं, हर कार्य करते हुए, हर चीज को देखते हुए कृष्ण का ही दर्शन करेंगे। जब आप कृष्ण के लिए एक बोल रहे हैं तो कृष्ण का दर्शन होगा। कृष्ण के लिए ऑफिस में पैसा कमा रहे हैं कि उस पैसे से घर में कृष्ण की सेवा करना है। अभी मार खाएगा तुम, प्रसाद नहीं दिया जाएगा तुमको। पहला बार ऐसा हो रहा है। हर बार बोलता है पहले बार ऐसा हो रहा है। तो जब हम सब कुछ कृष्ण के लिए करते हैं, तब दर्शन किनका होगा? हर समय कृष्ण का चिंतन होगा। दिस इज कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस। Krishna consciousness does not mean that you go in the forest inside the cave and sit and do meditation. That is for neophyte people. But a Krishna conscious devotee can be any part of the city and still can remember Krishna. प्रभुपाद बोल रहे थे एक बार, श्रील प्रभुपाद बोल रहे थे कि जो हावड़ा स्टेशन में खचाखच, क्या कहते हैं, भीड़ के भीतर जो भागवत गीता का वितरण करते हैं, मेरी पुस्तकों का वितरण करते हैं, वो समाधि में है। So when you are working for Krishna, very seriously, understanding that Krishna is the goal of my life, understanding to please Krishna is the ultimate goal of my life, because Krishna is my master and I am Krishna's servant. You may be any ashram, no problem. But do it for Krishna. What is the problem in that? If you don't do it, it's a great loss. If you don't do it, you will going to suffer the good and bad reaction of your karma. You may do it, but the result will get accordingly. If you don't do it for Krishna, if you do it good, you will get good result. Go to heavenly planet and enjoy and sense gratification, and then khine punya mattolokam vishanti. You may get good result, but you cannot go back to Godhead. Yes. You will continue. And how long that good situation will remain? How long that good situation will remain? Punya finish, everything is finished. Even the demigod has to die, Brahma has to die. Not just die, their planet is attacked by the demons. Even the master of demigods has to go in the body of hog because of the reaction of karma. So nobody is free from the result of their good and bad karma except the devotees of Krishna. Those who offer everything to the Supreme Lord. जो भी आपके क्वालिफिकेशन है, जो भी आपकी कैपेसिटी है, कृष्ण इज नॉट लुकिंग फॉर योर मैटेरियल एक्सटर्नल क्वालिफिकेशन. कृष्ण इज लुकिंग हाउ सिंसियरली, हाउ डिवोशनली यू आर ऑफरिंग वॉट एवर यू हैव. दुर्योधन ने 56 भोग दिया, कृष्ण ने बोला आज मेरा पेट में गैस हो गया, आज भूख नहीं लग रहा है मेरा. Duryodhana wanted to cheat Krishna, but who can cheat Krishna? And then he crossed the palace of Duryodhana and came to Vidura's place. And Vidurani, विदुर के पत्नी उधर थी. और कृष्ण ने कहा मेरे को बहुत भूख लग गया, कुछ खाने को ले दीजिए. भूख सहन नहीं हो रहा है. और विदुर सोचना को मेरे क्या सौभाग्य हैं कि कृष्ण के लिए मैं, कृष्ण खाना मांग रहा है. तो प्रेम से, उनके पास तो गरीब है विदुर, केला था, केला छिल के हाँ, छिलका दे दिया और कृष्ण ने छिलका ही खा लिया। सो व्हाट कृष्ण टेस्ट? कृष्ण इज टेस्टिंग 56 भोग और केला. व्हाट कृष्ण टेस्ट? व्हाट कृष्ण इज लुकिंग फॉर? Krishna is looking for love, the bhakti. Bhakti is not some emotion. The devotees knows that Krishna is my only shelter. Krishna is my master. Krishna is the highest truth. Everyone belongs to Krishna. So devotees are never in ignorance. So thus, we need to fix mind and intelligence unto Krishna, understanding that Krishna is the supreme goal. तो इस प्रकार जब हम लोग सब कुछ कृष्ण को अर्पित करते हैं, तब कृष्ण के ही चिंतन होता है. तो इसलिए हम लोग जो भी कार्य करते हैं, खाना, सोना, या जो भी आप आश्रम है आपका, जो भी आपके आश्रम है, या पढ़ाई करना हो, सब कुछ कृष्ण के लिए करिए. कृष्ण परम पुरुषोत्तम परमेश्वर भगवान है. तो ऐसे भक्तों के लिए, ऐसे भक्त जो है हमेशा भगवान का दर्शन करते हैं. भगवान कहते हैं इधर, इधर बोला है, जो माम पश्यन्ति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्सहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति. For one who see me everywhere and see everything in me, I am never lost, nor he ever lost to me. समझ में आ रहा है? सो जो मांग पश्यति सर्वत्र, सर्वत्र सर्वम च मयि पश्यति. जो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र, जो हमें हर जगह में दर्शन करते हैं और जो हर चीज में मेरे को दर्शन करते हैं. हर चीज में मेरे को दर्शन करते हैं और मेरे में हर चीज का दर्शन करते हैं, क्योंकि सब कुछ भगवान से आया है. तो इसलिए सब कुछ भगवान के भीतर है. और क्योंकि भगवान अपने आप को सभी परमात्मा के रूप में सभी जीवों के हृदय में दर्शन प्रकट किया है, और क्योंकि सब कुछ का मूल कारण भगवान है, इसलिए भगवान के भक्त लोग हर चीजों में भगवान का दर्शन करते हैं. जैसे बच्चों को दर्शन होता है तो किन का दर्शन होता है? पिता का दर्शन होता है कि नहीं? Similarly, because everything is coming from God, therefore when devotees see everything, they see nothing but God. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट पर्सन इज गॉड, दैट इज मायावाद। समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ? ऐसे नहीं कि हम बिल्डिंग देख रहे हैं, बिल्डिंग भगवान है, वो मायावादी भाष्य है। जैसे बाहर में बहुत लोग क्या करते हैं, वो किसी पत्थर को भगवान बना के पूजा करते हैं, हाँ? किसी पेड़ को पूजा करते हैं, भगवान है, दैट इज मायावाद, दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट। समझ में आ रहा है? तो भगवान के विग्रह का प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करके उसकी पूजा आराधना करना चाहिए। हाँ। तो बट असली जो तत्व है, तो जो असली तत्व है कि सब कुछ भगवान से आए हैं, और इसलिए जब हम लोग कोई भी वस्तु का दर्शन करते हैं वो भगवान के साथ संपर्कित करके दर्शन करते हैं। समझ में आ रहा है? भगवान से संपर्कित होकर दर्शन करते हैं। इसलिए जब हम कोई भी वस्तु का व्यवहार करते हैं वो भगवान की सेवा के व्यवहार करते हैं, क्योंकि सब कुछ भगवान से आए हैं। जब हम लोग खाते हैं तो भगवान को अर्पित करते हैं, या हम कुछ चीज व्यवहार करते हैं, बॉटल या कोई भी नया चीज या कोई भी वस्तु हम लोग व्यवहार करते हैं, तो हम जानते हैं कि भगवान का प्रॉपर्टी है। ईशावास्यम इदम सर्वम, सब कुछ ईश्वर का है। इस प्रकार यू नेवर फॉरगेट कृष्णा। समझ में आ रहा है? और हमें पता होना चाहिए, या पता है कि सब कुछ, सब सृष्टि भगवान से आए हैं, इसलिए भगवान में सब कुछ दर्शन करना, भगवान में सब कुछ दर्शन करना, और सब कुछ में भगवान का दर्शन करना। तो ये करने के लिए एक व्यक्ति को बुद्धि होना चाहिए, कम से कम आध्यात्मिक बुद्धि होना चाहिए, किस प्रकार भगवान सब कुछ के स्रोत है, भगवान सब कुछ के आश्रय है। वही अर्जुन बोल रहे, परम ब्रह्म परम धाम पवित्रं परमं भवान पुरुषम शाश्वतम दिव्यम आदि देव अजम विभुम। परम ब्रह्म है, परम सत्य है, परम धाम, सब कुछ के आश्रय है आप। पवित्रम परमं भवान, पुरुषम, आप सब कुछ के नियंत्रण है, शाश्वतम अनंत है, शाश्वत है, आदि देव, सभी देवताओं के आदि है, विभु है, अजो है, अजन्मा। So thus we have to very clearly have to know the position of Krishna and our relationship with Krishna and Krishna's relationship with the world. Thus we should very clearly know that Krishna is the ultimate goal. Krishna is the final goal, and thus we voluntarily do everything for Krishna. Understand, this is the success of my life if I do everything for Krishna. Understand? That is the success of my life if I can do everything for Krishna. It's not like Krishna is taking everything from you. Krishna is giving to you, and you should give to Krishna. Krishna is giving to you, and you should give to Krishna. That is bhakti. गंगा जल से गंगा पूजा करना, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? गंगा जल से गंगा पूजा करना, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? तो इसमें पूजा करने वाले के महत्व बढ़ नहीं जाता है, गंगा की महत्व बढ़ जाता है। गंगा जल से गंगा की जी को क्या दे सकते हैं? गंगा को सब कुछ देना चाहिए, एटलीस्ट गंगा जल दीजिए, हम तो कुछ नहीं दे सकते। सूर्य को दीप दिखाना, क्या ये सूर्य की पूजा का क्या स्टैंडर्ड है? हो सकता है? उसी प्रकार भगवान सब कुछ दे रहे हैं, जो दे रहे हैं, जो आपके पास है भगवान को दीजिए, भगवान का नाम का जप करिए, भगवान की कथा सुनिए, भगवान का सेवा करिए। तो इसलिए वी शुड बी एंगेज्ड फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग टिल इवनिंग और नाइट इन डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज ऑफ डिवोशनल सर्विस। एंड आपके जो भौतिक कर्तव्य है उसको कृष्ण के लिए करिए, तब सब समय आप कृष्ण भावनामय रहेंगे। सुबह साधना करिए, और दिन में आपका जो मैटेरियल ड्यूटीज हैं उसको कृष्ण के लिए करिए, और बाकी जो समय है जितना पॉसिबल है कृष्ण की अलग अलग प्रकार की सेवा करिए। इस प्रकार आपका बुद्धि हमेशा कृष्ण में बना रहेगा। हर दिन हमें प्रभुपाद की किताबों को पढ़ना चाहिए, भगवान की कथा को सुनना चाहिए। तब क्या होगा? तब क्या होगा? बुद्धि कन्विंस हो जाएगा कि कृष्णा इज द गोल। बिकॉज एवरी डे वी आर एसोसिएटिंग विद द मटेरियल वर्ल्ड, materialistic people, and thus our buddhi, our intelligence is becoming dull. And if we don't hear and don't read Prabhupada books, then we will convinced by material world, Maya. And therefore the intelligence has to be sharpened, like the pencil has to be sharpened in order to write. Similarly, your buddhi is compared to the pencil. And more we associate with outside world, our buddhi become dull. And we are not able to see Krishna. We become convinced by the materialistic people, materialistic friends, the different allurement of Maya. So therefore it's very important that we daily basis we need to read Prabhupada books. Then all the ignorance will be cleansed off by reading scripture. So the scripture will purify your intelligence. And more you read scripture, more your intelligence will fix that Krishna is the highest truth. And devotional service is the ultimate goal of your life. So therefore, association of devotees and reading and hearing is very, very important. That will keep you in Krishna consciousness alive. And when you continue Krishna consciousness very sincerely for longer period of time, then your mind and intelligence will become fixed. So in the practicing devotee need to continue. It's not like just information. 2-3 सेशन, 10 सेशन, 15 सेशन अटेंड कर लिया, 1 महीना 2 महीना क्लास अटेंड कर लिया, बस मैं समझ गया कृष्ण। ये कोई थियोरिटिकल नॉलेज नहीं है, it's a realized knowledge. Even like we know we are not this body, we are soul. How many of us have realized it? जब तबीयत खराब होता है, ठंडी आता है, तो हमें भक्ति हमारा धीमा हो जाता है, because a not realized soul. वो गुरु महाराज को देखिए, कितने प्रकार के शरीर की तकलीफें हैं। बोलेंगे तो आप हार्ट फेल करेंगे, but fixed up. Intelligence is fixed up. His bhakti is not performing by body, performing by his intelligence, his mind, his devotion. So therefore, to practice bhakti, the mind and intelligence have great, क्या कहते हैं, great role, yes, great role. As the Prabhupada says that Krishna bhakti is for the intelligent people. Foolish people will running after Maya. So therefore, improve, update your intelligence, purify intelligence by reading scripture every day. And do some practical devotional service. Not just सुबह जप कर लिया, सोलह मला हो गया, बस अभी सो जाओ. ये कुछ सेवा करना जरूरी है. तो उसमें क्या, हम कलयुग के जीव है, हम लोग बहुत लेजी है और हमारे बुद्धि बहुत भ्रष्ट होता है, बुद्धि और इंटेलिजेंस तमोगुण का. तो इसलिए कृष्ण की सेवा में नियुक्त करना बहुत जरूरी है. तो फिर क्या होगा, शुद्ध होगा, धीरे धीरे कृष्ण की चिंतन होगा. समझ रहे हैं? तो इस प्रकार हम लोग हमारे सब कुछ कृष्ण के चरणों में समर्पित करेंगे, हमारा मन बुद्धि, केवल शरीर के स्तर पे भक्ति करने से नहीं होगा, मन को कृष्ण की सेवा में लगाना पड़ेगा. कृष्ण का नाम का जप करके. प्रभुपाद उस तात्पर्य में 2 बार हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र बोला है. तो हाउ चैंटिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट, हैव ग्रेट इम्पैक्ट इन आवर कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस. इफ वी चैंट सिंसियरली every day in the morning, then whole day will remain Krishna conscious. That will charge up our Krishna consciousness. Our mind and intelligence will be purified. And then the daytime will be able to see, other time will be able to see Krishna. We'll be able to do everything for Krishna. So therefore this process is very powerful and perfect. And we need to sincerely practice in our day-to-day life. So Bhishma Pitamaha, he have done it. Though he was a king, staying in the all opulence and enjoyment. Yudhishthir Maharaj, Arjuna, he was fighting the battlefield. It's a, क्या कहते हैं, very tensed situation. And in that tense situation also, he was able to remember Krishna. Because he was doing that battle for Krishna. That's why. That is the main thing. For whom you are doing. Srila Prabhupada spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. He dealt with so much name, fame, money, prestige, and so much Western world is full of Maya. But he never forget Krishna, because you are doing everything for Krishna according to the guidance and instruction of his Guru. This is another important thing. When you are practicing Krishna consciousness, we have to check that am I doing it according to the guidance of my Guru? That is very important. So Guru knows what will make the disciple devotee. What is possible for disciple, what is not possible for disciple. So that is very important. So when we follow the instruction of Guru, because Guru is representative of Krishna, then our success is guaranteed. We are in right direction. So Srila Prabhupada always remembered the instruction of his Guru. And Guru gave him the service to Krishna. Thus he was always in Krishna's service. So, so even in the great assembly of materialistic civilization, Prabhupada never forget Krishna. He was always remembering Krishna because he was doing it for Krishna. So same thing. So do your sadhana nicely to establish your relationship with Krishna, which is your constitutional duty and your your conditional duty is your material duty. Do those things for Krishna. That's all. Do your sadhana, which is your constitutional duty, your spiritual responsibility. Everybody have two duties: spiritual responsibility and material responsibility. Spiritual responsibility is our bhakti, which is constitutional duty. And so that is morning program. Do it very sincerely to develop love for Krishna. And your material duty, according to your varna or ashram, according to your material position, do it for Krishna. When you do it for Krishna, naturally you do better actually, because you have to do it for Krishna. You are cooking, you have to cook very nicely because Krishna will eat. Similarly, you study nicely. Because if I study nicely, Krishna will be pleased. That will help you to settle down in your Krishna conscious career in future. So it's a support for your spiritual life. Understand? So Arjuna was fighting for Krishna. That was his duty. And Krishna himself instructing Arjuna. So thus Arjuna, even in the great battle of Kurukshetra, he was remembering Krishna. For us, we are not in the battlefield. So what is the difficulty to remember Krishna? Guru Maharaj is saying, what is the difficulty to remember Krishna? So one has to be serious. That is the main thing. One has to be sincere. That is the main thing. And we should have good association of devotees. Take the good association. And we have everything is there in the sadhana card and voice, nice system. Just give your best. Sincere, don't waste your time. So if we do that, as Krishna promises in Bhagavad Gita, that I will come, Tesham aham samurdharta mittu samsara sagarat. I will deliver him. I will deliver him from the ocean of birth and death. I will come sitting on the back of Garuda. Garuda skandham aropyam. So Krishna promises. And in the case of Bhishmadev, we can see that how Krishna came to take Bhishmadev to the spiritual world. That is Krishna's love. Krishna never failed to fulfill his promise, especially his devotees. So Krishna promises and he will fulfill his promise. What is our duty? Our duty to give promise to Krishna. Krishna, this life or my life is for you. I am your servant. Many lifetimes I have served my senses. I serve everyone, but I am not satisfied. This life I want to serve you. So thus, remain fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is the success of life. Either somebody is engineer or doctor or businessman or male, female, rich, poor. If you become Krishna devotees, life is perfect. So the perfection will not be judged by his richness, his position. The perfection will be checked by his devotion. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare. Any question?